make sure we've got the right bits in here for you. Yeah, it's a fun one. Doing it with Sean.
Yep, it's 1-1. So we're adjusting that now. Okay, good. So we're all caught up.
Excellent. Yeah, the other table, they are streaming 2 tables today, so we're trying to provide as much content and entertainment for you guys today. Both, I mean, there's some incredible matches coming up. This is the losers qualifiers. So after this round, they are going to be doing a redraw for the final 16. And then I think...
have you guys real hot so you can get close and talk. Thank you.
And then we'll see where we go from here. Levan's been, I mean, he hasn't been lighting them on fire, but he's coming in with a good record after the Rex event, right?
Absolutely. He was down 8-1 to Moritz and came back and won that 10-ball event. And
did you bet on that?
I did not.
That'd have been a good bet from 8-1 down.
I would have been probably betting on Moritz and very happy at one point, but... All right. And now we have Levan has taken a 2-1 lead.
Correct.
Over Mr. Al-Kaidi, who actually lost yesterday 9-0 to Moritz.
Do you call that a pancake if someone gets like 0?
Usually it was a very bad thing to lose to a pancake. So.
All right, so we're nice and comfortable here. It's we are in the back of the room, so we're nice and closed off.
Yes.
The players can't hear us. We're watching everything off a monitor, but it is nice and cozy in this back room, isn't it, mate?
Absolutely.
2 giants in here.
Yeah, it's 2 big guys in a small room. Big guy, little coat.
He's been working on his break. I mean, you're not expecting to make the wing ball there, right? You're trying to make the one.
Mm-hmm. They've been doing that. Yesterday, they had it down pat. A lot of these guys were breaking and running and getting that one going right into the side every time. So he did make a ball, so he does have a shot on the one. Do you take on the bank here?
I think he has to. I think he has to play aggressive here. I don't see a very good safety.
Yeah.
And I think, like I say, he's 2-1. I don't think he's going to want to take his foot off the gas.
Yeah, normally with these guys, based on their talent level, you decide whether or not you can get away with a safe, and he knows he's got to play to win the rack.
Yeah, this one's I don't like to play it slow, but if he punches it, he's going to still maintain shape for the 3. Yeah, that was a nice punch. He just
look at this, the old double rail, right?
Is that what you say, double rail?
Yeah.
I call it a triple.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But that comes from the old English, Paul. We call it a double, and you call it a bank.
Right.
So what's the way for a double bank?
Double bank, yeah, I guess.
Or is it like Premier Bank? I don't know.
Either way, he's got perfect shape on the 3 to come back for the 4, and has control of the table. So.
Yeah, he's not the tallest fella, unfortunately, but he does love a nice long bridge, so I don't see any problems here.
And this is all ball fouls, and that 4 ball's very close to his arm, but he's all right. Look at that.
Here's a good question. Out of the Filipinos, who uses a carbon cue?
He's one. You're 2. Go ahead and say something.
Yeah, so
How you go to the red. Yeah. Keep going like this.
Yeah, we'll do a sound check, guys. We're just making...
Yeah, we're just trying to get everything correct. So, Dell's question to which Filipino uses carbon, I don't think any.
Do you not think any? Does Raga?
I don't believe so, no.
So interesting to me.
Their strokes are too big for it, I think.
In a place where you would think carbon would succeed in terms of conditions and stuff like that, they're still using maple cues.
Yep.
It's
they like the wood feel.
It's very true. Yeah, definitely reacts different. But he's only going to swing this 2 rails, nice and comfortable. Just bring the cue ball and back to the middle of the table would be perfect. Some players overplay this. You'll see like a Mika Immonen will go 4 rails. someone like Lee Van who prefers a little bit more of the touch play. He just maintained shape there off 2.
Yeah, got perfect. Looked like it was coming off the rail a little slow, but this is new cloth, so the ball travels a little further.
The rails are a little bit spongy.
I love when they do this.
It's insane to me, isn't it? I mean,
Such a big shot, but behind the back, why not?
I couldn't get it round my love handles. Shoot round corners.
Pretty amazing though how good these guys play.
So Gomez and DeLuna, that's good knowledge. Thanks, Neil. We just got the chat pulled up in here, guys. So if you want to interact, ask a question, by all means. We'd love to hear from you.
I should know that DeLuna plays with Carbon because he kicked my butt the other day.
Did he?
I guess I really wasn't watching his cue. But we have Lee Van, who is now up 3-1.
Yeah, Lee Van looks very comfortable, doesn't he? I mean, he just never looks flustered, never looks bothered.
I tell you, I just talked to him a little bit the other day, and he seems like the kindest, most gentle human being.
Yeah, I wouldn't say boo to a goose, would he?
No, he's he does a lot of nice. I heard he does a lot of donating to children back home, and that's what we need in this sport. It's a lot of good people.
Yeah, the Filipinos have always had a great community, great culture about them. You even notice at tournament play, they just help each other out. I've noticed that if someone's struggling with the break, they'll all gather around and help each other. I don't think you see that from the Americans. A bit more even Europeans a little bit, I guess, but
yeah.
they're all so individual. And
all
so,
the Spanish guys, Alcade, Sudo, and Delgado, they're always practicing with
sharing
each other.
knowledge, right?
Always.
That's a good thing. You should be able to share knowledge and say, if you get better, I get better.
Yeah, Alberto, I saw missed a shot yesterday, and both of them were kept putting the ball back, showing him what he should have done and how to get better. So that's important. You need a good support system.
No, definitely so. I think we need more of it.
Yep. Nice break there from Lee Van, but he's gonna. I guess he'll. Three ball's a little tricky, so.
It's interesting to me that he stayed in the same spot there for the break. Again, the break is random, right? The random setup.
Yes.
There's no 2 at the back or anything.
Nope. There is no specifics on where the balls get racked.
It's interesting that this one's gone back to race to 9, even though it is a lost side match.
Yeah, they announced it last night that I guess on day 2 it has to be.
Because all these guys are they're not in the money yet, right?
No. They win this match, they're guaranteed 9th through 16th, which is a $1,500 prize, which is
That's huge.
very good.
For 16th place, wow.
It's not bad.
Yeah, that's triple your investment.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't see that very often in
No.
to 16 for such a short field. It's only 64 players, remember?
Right. Brian, yes, that is Delsim.
Hey, Brian, how you doing, buddy? We should have announced ourselves. Did we announce ourselves? Sorry, we'll say
we
again.
did.
I'm Delsim, the Highlander, based out in New York, East Coast, and I'm joined with
Sean Pancake Santoro.
Santoro.
And if you couldn't tell by Del's accent, is that Queens?
That's Queen's, yeah. The Queen's English. You're absolutely right. God rest their soul.
Yes.
Now the King's people. Back to the King. Long live the King.
Speaking of the King, Mr. Alcade, he won the last Matchroom event.
That's right.
The what was it? The European Open.
Yeah.
Double hill against Raga.
Unbelievable.
Can you believe that shot that Raga had to win, and he just
Yeah, he flaked it, didn't he?
a little bit.
But now he's like the second-ranked Fargo player.
Anton Rogers quite young himself. He's only
Yeah,
25
he's
years
just behind Beato. Right? Beato's an 825, I believe.
We get a nice view of that rack. You see the rack, the way all the balls drop into the rack, and
yeah.
you pull it out as one. I've never seen that before. I think it's quite a unique feature on this table.
Yeah, they say it helps with no smudging on the balls and stuff like
Right.
that. So yeah, these tables are beautiful. The whole room, what they did, the setup is great.
Yeah, I was speaking to John Krudzinski, one of the table mechanics. He said they did a 20-day job in under a week. He said I would normally have made it, and that's a 20-day job.
Yeah, absolutely.
So to get the standard that they've got here, Table deliveries were late, so not their fault on that, but they changed out the entire room within under a week. It's crazy. All right, back to the pool. Enough about the background, and he's come fairly short there, mate.
Yeah.
Did he mean to do that, do you think? Or do you think he
mean-
tried to finish underneath it and maybe
Well, I mean,
overhit
he
it?
didn't have a pocket for the 3 on the other side because of the 4 ball. So I mean,
He
maybe he tried. I would think he'd want to try to stay above it so he could play safe.
Yeah, maybe. It does go to that top right pocket, though, doesn't it? It doesn't go to this one, obviously. It's going to play behind the 8. Just roll this cue ball. Play a good cue ball. Oh, you think he focused more on the object ball? Another 2 turns, and that's a fantastic save.
Yeah. Still effective. Didn't sell out, but
I think Lee Van can just push this 3 up towards the 7. If he gets behind the 7, he could use the 4 ball as a stopper for the cue ball.
Yeah.
Again, it's a very touchy shot. I don't like it at all.
would you thin the other side of the 3 or try to bring the cue ball down and get the 3 kind of near the 4? Or
There's another shot for that. The one thing you don't want to do, it's a bit far away from the 4. So
Right.
if you clip the outside of the 4, he's going to play your shot definitely. But he needs to hit this like super thin.
You have to go for a shot.
Cut the paint off it. Hit it really good. Look at that. Wow.
perfect. Yeah, I figured he could get coverage behind those balls there, but
He played a great cue ball there. That was and he got a nice thick hit on the 4.
I think that's one of the biggest amateur mistakes, including myself. I struggle with is not focusing on one ball, trying to get both balls to do something. When if you just focus on one, you'll be happy with the result.
I agree. It was a big thing though. A coach of mine once said, play 2, miss 2,
Right.
play 1, make 1.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's true in all form. And David just played an unbelievable safety back on him, and I think he's got the 1 rail kick here. If he can 1 rail kick this, he might be able to stick behind the 9, 4, 6.
Yeah, it looks like he can get between that 4-6 there. Come behind it.
Correct. Yeah. Now, do you play this with draw or follow? I've heard it on both sides. I think follow and draw actually do the same thing off the back rail, right?
Yeah, I think with follow, just because it's more controllable.
Yeah. Look at that shot. Are you kidding me?
Look at that.
We don't have a replay function in this second stream, guys, but that was well worthy of it.
Yep. He'll have to be kicking off the long rail here.
It's put him in a world of trouble. That's one thing with the Filipino chaps.
It's nice to get a Greek table.
They do rely on their kick systems.
Now, how are you hitting this kick? Are you hitting it with speed, or are you trying to make the 3 ball?
With my Fargo, I'm just trying to hit it.
Right.
Didn't he?
Let's try to make it.
He did try and make it. Yeah.
And
So up.
left him a shot.
The good thing is, though, he's left the cue ball on the rail, so he's going to limit what Lee Van can do with the cue ball here. Again, guys, we're limited to 1 angle on this, so we can't spin it around for you chaps.
Right. If you look on the right side of the overview, you could see that he is going to be able to go up table. So he's probably going to have to stay on that top rail so he could play the 4 to the bottom corner.
Yeah, that force follow is a nice shot, but again, on tight to the rail and with the slide.
Yeah.
The slide is the slide on the new cloth is not gripping as quickly as you would want it to.
Yeah. So a couple of shots where the pros.
He's jacking then. So you see there, he's jacking up. That's
gonna draw.
45. And try and punch it down. Big
doesn't-
shot.
He doesn't like it.
Big shot.
And for those of you watching the stream who aren't on the scoreboard, over on the other table 1, you got Anthony Raga with a 4-1 lead over Copigny. That's a hell of a match for a loser side.
It is. Yeah, he's just tried to
Did he
punch
get
it down.
there? I don't think so.
He sold out, and
I think he's got a piece. I think he's got a piece of that 4 ball.
he couldn't have left the combo though, could he? I don't think.
And then over on table 8, we got Billy Thorpe playing Alexa. How do you pronounce his last name? Baselge?
Someone told me this and I already forgot. I think it's Petzel.
Oh, Petcho. Okay.
Petzel.
Well, Billy's fighting for points here in the Mosconi Cup, so
Oh,
this
he is for
this
sure.
is a big match for him because
Petzel's no joke. You know, he's Serbian, right? Serbia,
Yep.
Macedonia,
Yep.
somewhere around there. Or was it Serbia, Montenegro?
yeah, and they're tied at 2 currently, so good battle there.
If he's got a piece of this, this might cut into the side pocket. You know,
What a shot that would be, huh?
I mean, it is. I think it's doable. A little bit of inside,
Mm-hmm.
and he's going to be running into the 6. So cue ball control is going to a little bit off, but I mean, I think it's worth a stab. Yeah, he went for it.
Still very
Oh
strong.
wow, how'd he
Oh
hit
my
it?
goodness!
How'd he hit it?
Wow.
You kidding me? Arcade's got me thinking, what the hell have I got to do?
These guys are just simply amazing.
Yeah, great to watch. This is why we wanted to get in the booth and make sure that you guys are getting the action with us.
Glass 16.
We're going to be switching up. This is a double stream to the Mad Apple X stream on YouTube. With the Simucast there to Matchroom Paul on their page as well.
It's his tournament.
So roll it forward. Just maintain the angle. Doesn't want to be straight.
Englishman Imran Majid.
These guys, the way they get used to the speed of the table so fast is remarkable.
I always say, you know, the people that complain about the table is insane to me because these are the guys that adjust quickest. So the pros will always adjust fastest,
Right.
whilst you're still complaining about the rail not, you know,
Right.
the back rail being spongy or,
Yep. Yep.
you know, they just get on with it. They either adjust their positional play
Mm-hmm.
or they work on it off the table. I'm a big fan of their work ethics.
Right. There's Levon going up 4-1.
He's making short work of it, isn't he?
And as we saw today when we came in, you had Niels Fane come in, and
Yeah.
he's not even in the tournament anymore, but he wants that practice for the Open coming up.
Yeah, yeah, he was hitting balls at like 9 a.m. this morning.
Yep.
Before anyone came in. I don't know what David's saying to the referee there, but wondering if, well, he's clearly not happy.
Are they talking about a break?
Maybe. I can't imagine what he's. Can you lip read?
I think he said. Yeah, I think David wants to take a break.
Okay.
I
On
think
on Levan's,
Yeah.
right, which is technically not allowed.
Well, I mean, they've done it before. I mean, yesterday when Sky was playing Raga, Sky went on a run of 3 racks, and
Okay.
before Sky broke, he went to the bathroom, so then they allowed it.
Trouble here.
I mean, I don't believe you should be allowed to. I mean, it's not your turn, so you're kind of.
Yeah.
Some
So, I
people
mean,
would consider that a move, no?
Yeah, I think you're right. There's always been considered a move in that regard.
So well. Tuesday at home. This soft shot, look how good this is. It's absolutely brilliant.
Well, we'll just take a pause as well, guys. Let everyone catch up. Do you want to give an update on the scores from the other tables, mate?
Yeah. So what we got going on here, we have, as we know, Levan is up 4-1. Billy Thorpe is tied with Alexa 2-2. Mr. Jose Alberto Delgado is up 4-3 on Imran Majid. Carlo Beato up 6-1 over the youngest co-brother, Ko Ping Han.
Wow.
John Moore just took a 3-2 lead over. I'm going to attempt to pronounce. Is that Chia Chen? Chia?
Su Chi Chen.
Suchi Chen. Okay, Suchi Chen. Daniel Guttenberger is tied with Du Tae Kien 2-2. Anthony.
Fane.
Huh?
Fane.
Thing. Yep. Anthony Raga up 5-1 on Kopinyi. And Loho Sum trails Mario He 5-2.
Wow. A great lineup there, and
Levan has
the best breaker he's had all week, I think.
yeah. Now the only issue could be that 7 ball.
I think it squeezes, you know. I think
Yeah.
you can squeeze it off the rail.
Okay.
These rails have been playing quite long, you know. So when I say long, I mean he's hitting a diamond above, and it might still take at the right speed.
Right. Right.
But again, you know, the players at 9-ball, they should be able to cheat the pocket, in my opinion. You know, that's what makes the game exciting. That's what makes the game accessible.
Sorry, Greg. If you can't pronounce her name, they must be good at pool.
I was always told you should always it's respectful to attempt the name.
Right.
And if someone corrects you, that's great.
Right.
But it's more disrespectful to be like, oh, I can't pronounce that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So there's yeah, you always have a go, and then someone might correct you.
Absolutely. I tried to sound it out.
You did well. I mean, he's got a name like Santoro. You know, come on,
That's right.
Santoro.
It's the 23rd most popular Italian name there is in the world. I saw that.
And mine's actually Scottish Korean. Sim.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
I wonder if he bumps this. I wonder if he goes into the 7
I
if he's
think
not
that's
not comfortable, right?
It looks like he's putting some left hand on that cue ball to get it.
So go to the
Run
rail,
down.
bump the 7. Oh, he's
Oh.
made it worse. He's made it worse.
I think he's going to scratch.
No, it's pulling
Okay,
away.
it came out.
But yeah, I think he's made it worse.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Now it definitely doesn't go.
No. No. And guys, these are 4 3/8 inch pockets. They are not 4-inch pockets. They'll be 4 inches for next week's event, the U.S. Open, which is a very big event for a lot of players.
Yeah, it's huge, mate. This is why there's such a good, you know, ramp up of events leading to to Atlantic City.
Yeah, Jason and R did a great job, and Henry, the tournament director, also for his first tournament, he had everybody in check, and we know how hard it is sometimes with pool players, but everybody did great.
Very professional turnout, I find. You know, everyone's in the right uniform. The officials have radios. Match rooms are here. You know, Extreme's doing a great job here with getting on the technical aspect.
Absolutely.
And the tables, you know, I have to say, I think it's probably the top room in the US right now.
It's pretty amazing. 16 brand new Rasson tables.
Yeah, the investment is well warranted, and I think, you know, it's credit to Matchroom too. You know, they've created an environment where players and pool room owners can start to invest in the sport again
Oh, absolutely.
and get a return.
They've made pool more popular, and you could tell by social media the amount of videos that now pop up with pool and
Oh, it's huge.
crazy shots. And I was just telling Jake the other day, who's works for Matchroom, the 2003 video of Jeremy Jones winning
Yeah.
the last rack against Parika popped up, and it was kind of funny because one of the announcers, I don't remember who it was, but was kind of telling the crowd how Jeremy didn't get great on the 9-ball, like he's not supposed to be there. It's like, but it wasn't a very hard shot on the 9, but he seemed pretty upset that Jeremy didn't get where he wanted him to get, but it was very funny.
No, another guy, great commentator. You know, looking forward to listening to him at the US Open as well,
Oh, absolutely.
and then on to the Mosconi Cup also. You going to that one, mate?
I'm not. It's overseas this year, right?
It is. I'm heading back to London for that one.
Oh, that's gonna be fun.
30th anniversary of the Mosconi.
That's gonna be a
huge.
good time. That's gonna be a good time. I like the European crowd.
Yeah, we're a rowdy bunch.
they you know, I feel like everything's a soccer game over there. You know, the cheering and the calls. It's
You need real football.
yeah,
That's
real
what you need.
oh,
Real
hey,
football.
Hey, that's tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow.
Lee Van kind of got away with one there. Sorry, we went off on a tangent.
Yeah.
I apologize.
Sorry, guys.
Left the jump. Looks like he's left the jump shot, and I don't think it's a particularly difficult one for these guys, because he'll be able to bridge on the rail, which will give him extra leverage.
Yep.
Whenever I'm kind of that distance from where the 8-ball is now, I love this. I love this jump shot. And you're playing it away so that the cue ball is going to go across the back.
Mm-hmm.
So there's natural shape to the 6. All you need to focus on is your, pinpointing your position on the 5. I'm going to say I'm going to say he's 70% to make this.
So I would agree. And he was just taking a look at the 6 to make sure it went in the corner.
See there, lines it up, then he'll go up, go to the 45-degree angle, A lot of players, they try and go too high. Look at how linear he is. That's only 45 degrees to get over a full ball there.
Ooh,
Executed
look
nicely,
at
and he's
this.
going to get
Look
lucky.
at this.
Got to be in it to win it, baby. You have
Yeah.
to be in it to win it.
Pays to hit him.
Does. But you see there, nice execution on the jump shot. He was able
Absolutely.
to go a little bit lower with the cue because he had the leverage of the rail. You know, I always tell people, it's like, I could teach you to jump in under 10 minutes.
Challenge accepted.
There we go, mate.
I can't jump.
I'm
I've tried. I've tried many times. I've had a few people try to show me, and it just
100%.
okay. We're taking you up on that, though.
If anyone's listening that I've coached, let Pancake know.
Yeah, I need some confirmations here.
But that's what you need. You need that bit of roll. I mean, I don't think he's had too much roll in the match so far. So, you know, this could get him right back into the match.
We saw yesterday Carlo Beato was playing Shane, and that very first rack, you know, the slide on the table got him, and he ended up scratching on the 8-ball, and he lost the match 9-2. But Shane went on a tangent. He didn't see the table until it was 5-0. So
Shane said off camera, it feels like a bar box to him. The table's playing that good.
it looks
Or I don't know
like
if he's playing good or whether the table's playing good.
yeah, he's
Quick update on
pretty amazing.
He was dialed in yesterday, wasn't
Mario
Oh.
E is up.
he? I hate it when he gets that focused. You know, he gets that look in his eye, and he's got like a little, he has like a little hop around the table.
He seems like he's ready. You know, I expect a big run from him at the Open.
Yeah, me too. I think he wants that number 6, doesn't he?
Yep.
John Morris
Yeah.
right out.
I mean, it's incredible what he's done over the years. People that got multiple US Opens in the past that just didn't have the field that we have now, all the conditions.
No, I see.
Yep. And we have 4-2 now, Levan, with Mr. Alcady to break. Remember, guys, this is a race to 9, not 8 like they did yesterday on the loser side, because they are advanced to day 2. And the winner of this match guarantees himself 9th through 16th and a $1,500 payday.
Yeah, that's incredible when you get into that single stage, and then the next one after that's worth 2,200. So 5 through 8 is 2,200. Third and fourth is 4,000. Second place 8,000, and first place payout here is 15,000, which is the numbers are insane.
Yeah, I think second is 8,200.
Oh, it's 82.
Yeah.
Oh, it changed?
They changed it, yeah.
This is my yesterday's.
Yeah, I think it's 80. I'm pretty sure.
You're the accountant. So
I know. I'm supposed to know this.
I would. I'll take your lead.
Yeah, 82. They did change it.
Nice break there by David, and unfortunately the twos just hung up. Made the ball that he was going for, but I wonder if he can potentially manage the 8. Do you think he could carry him the 8?
That is very close. I think he can.
If he can see the fine edge of it, I don't think it's the shot, but maybe play it 2-way.
Always gets me nervous when these guys move the rack. You know, if the ref does it and moves the ball, it's not a foul. But if they do it and touch the ball, it's a foul. Because it's all
That's
ball
right.
fouls.
Yeah, yeah. That's why we've got referees today.
Yeah.
I'd make them do it.
Now, if you're David Alcady here, down 4-2, and you can see a piece of that too, do you go for this 8-ball?
I think it's an APA 4 shot, honestly. But I don't see a better. I don't see a better option.
Right. Unless he pushes somewhere.
Because also you have to, you're gonna have to manage the 2-ball as well, and I don't think you can manage the 2-ball and put enough speed on it to make the combination. You know what I mean?
You could push out here.
There's a push 2, yeah. That might be the better play, and I think that's just what he's going for. And when David doesn't have a shot clock, he will take his time.
Right. And in the last 16, there will be a shot clock, just to let everybody know.
Excellent. That's the way it should be. That'll just keep the tournament ticking over nicely. I think the guys have done a great job of making sure that the matches are scheduled.
Yep.
Everybody's been present and correct. And then the players don't slow it down by taking unnecessary timeouts
Right.
or super slow playing, which
I mean, this is a very big match for David, too, because he's fighting for Mosconi Cup on
he needs
Europe's side.
He needs points. You're absolutely right.
You know, with Federer being in Michigan, this opens the door for him to gain some ground.
Looks like he might be playing the 8 and playing it hard so that he's going to try and bring the cue ball out. So it looks like he's going to play pace. That's
He
what
did play the 8. He might get lucky here.
Got very lucky.
Or
Wow.
unlucky.
Oh no.
Unlucky. Yeah, he's wow.
Is that me? Is that me, or did that pick up speed?
It looks like the closer it gets to the pocket, I feel it always wants to go faster.
The 8 players that come through from these 8 matches here, it will be redrawn. Not completely randomly.
And now Levon doesn't have any problems. He's getting the cue ball cleaned by Tim Levine, the referee of the table.
Yeah, the refs are doing a great job this weekend. On their feet quite a lot. Remember, guys, these are 2 free streams. So 2 free streams, very high quality. They do have cameras on other tables, but for now, this is the 2 that we'll be doing.
Correct. Yeah, everybody's going to be paired up with.
Looks like he has enough angle to kind of punch out there, to get some angle. He's a little straighter, I think, than he wanted.
Yeah, sometimes, I've noticed with Levan, he doesn't mind putting a high ball on this and going like 2 rails and out. I like the punch shot personally because the 4 is nice and manageable. Yeah, he tried to punch.
Yeah, he was pretty straight there.
Yeah, I don't think he wanted to risk going forward and then perhaps, bumping the 5 or on the 2 railer.
Now this shot here, do you play this shot with a little high left and try to come around, 3 rails?
I'm quite happy to make the ball,
Yeah.
but I like the 2 rails back towards the center of the table.
Okay.
The high left for me adds a degree of difficulty to it, whereas I'm more comfortable queuing down on the ball. It brings a scratch into play. Your shot is actually better to avoid the scratch.
Okay.
But I think if you're comfortable at that level, you can do a lot of good things.
Could be fun.
Yep. He did what you did. He drew back a little bit, came off the rail, middle of the table.
Yeah, these guys at this level, they should be able to control that shot. I call it the Z shot, Z pattern, just going back and forth. And now he's got a choice to make, because he's pointing his finger where he wants it, because I don't think he can draw above the 6. But again, the slide might take him into the 9, and he might the cue ball may track towards a 6 and cause a problem.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Looks like he's queuing low on the 5. Okay, came over.
Yeah, he was able to avoid it. How perfect
Oh,
is he?
look at that. He got a nice little angle on the 6.
Wow. Yeah, those little rolls, getting on the right side of the ball just makes the run out that much easier. If he finishes slightly to the left or straight, he's going to then have to either play a power draw or go to the short side of the 8.
Right.
It makes such a difference. Now the table's wide open. You've just opened up, another 60% of the table.
Yeah.
5, beautiful.
And again, with these ones, it's all preference. 1 rail or 2. I prefer 2, just to take it down 2 rails. I don't know which one you prefer, Pancake. Which one?
2 rails.
2. I've seen some Europeans like to just play that with a high left and
Yeah.
come 1 rail down, which is, again, it's all preference.
Well, somebody told me that it's better to use multiple rails because it does slow the cue ball down a little more, guarantees you better position.
Yeah, I'm an advocate for that as well. Something using multiple rails is sometimes easier because you get to control the speed of the cue ball.
And there we have 5-2, Mr. Levan.
5-2 could have easily gone the other way.
Absolutely.
Hey, good morning, Eric. How are you doing, buddy? Thanks for tuning in, mate.
Yes, sir. Hi, Eric.
He was down sweating the action yesterday
Yep.
with the American chaps, Q-Tech boys.
Yep. And now there's one left, Mr. Billy. Let's see how Billy's doing here on the, we have a 3-3 score.
Yeah, Shane Wolford didn't have the best tournament, and I think Sky just went out last night, right?
Yeah, he lost to Raga. He had a 2-ball off the break, and he rattled it, and then he had another shot on the 5 and ended up miscuing, and that ended up costing him. But, yeah, for those in the chat who are watching and are big fans of Alcady, asking about the other Spanish guys in the tournament, right now Jose Delgado is up 7-3 over Imran Majid.
Mm-hmm.
And Jonas did lose last night.
Yeah, Levan put him on the. Did I watch Levan's match yesterday? Yeah, I think he was playing Corteza last night as well.
Yeah, I think you did the stream, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, so that is who beat Jonas for LJNDROX.
Got a little hug from Spain there, mate.
Yeah.
Hug from Spain. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Yeah, hopefully, like, as Sean mentioned, he's fighting for points here. Is David? He's still got an opportunity to make the automatic spot, right?
Absolutely. He's currently third right now behind Federer, who has, I believe, about a 10 or 11,000 point lead. And for those of you who don't know, the point system works with the payouts. So whatever the payouts they get is their points. So
I think that's a good way. It's a good way of doing it, because that means that the players get to pick and choose where they go. That's a nice bank. Look at that. Wow,
very nice.
What a shot. Needs to slow down
a little bit. Okay, he's good. This goes right in the corner.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of room for that. Made it look like a hanger.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what he's got. He's going slightly away from the 4, so again, depends how he wants to play it. You may see him go forward to the top rail, or just maintain the middle of the table.
Yeah, it looks like he's just going to stun it a little, right?
Yeah, the Filipinos do this, though. He does this and then goes low at a very last second like that.
Yeah,
see, like he cues middle and then hits low.
I noticed that with Beato. He seems to always put his cue on the left side of the cue ball, and then when he hits, it goes to the right. He puts right hit. Like, I think his starting point is always to the left, and then he has the middle finger thing that he does where he's tapping the table.
Puts Raymond on tilt all the time. Ray Linares, I know if you're listening, buddy. That puts him on tilt every time. That's why they call him the Tiger, with the tiger claw.
That's right.
I don't see any problems from here, mate, do you?
No.
From the rail.
No. You don't David does, but we do not.
David does. Yeah, this is, 6-2, still manageable with winner breaks, but he just needs to get comfortable on the table. I don't think we've seen David really run out. He's more cleaned up after a mistake, right?
Yeah, I believe in yesterday's match that put David on the loser's side, Moritz I think he ran a 7-pack on him.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So with the winner break format, you get the breakdown and get a good spread. These guys can run out the set at any time, so they're always in it.
That last shot from Corteza is one of my favorite that he plays.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just that like slow drag.
Mm-hmm. He more pushes the ball than strokes it.
Yeah, just pushing it in, and I think these tables lend to that when they're on the newer side. You know, on the older tables, you kind of have to punch the ball. You probably see a different style of shot.
He got a little more angle, I think, than he wanted here, but he's still fine. He's going to come off that top rail and come down, maybe, or is he going to?
Yeah, I like that. Just one rail and back.
Yep.
Yeah. The amateur in me wants to put low right on it.
Just to avoid the scratch.
Yeah.
So that's exactly what I do all the time.
But I'd probably spin it too.
Yeah.
And it would go 3 rails, and I'd be like, oh, damn it, why am I so far from the 9?
That's what happens to me all the time. Whenever I get towards the side pocket, I'm putting left or right to just get it away from any pocket and spinning it. But
a little bit of distance here, but again, you see how he focuses. He's got a little bit of a finger movement as well. You notice that?
I see that.
That's interesting.
All right, and there we are, 6-2, Mr. Corteza.
Yeah, he's playing very well. He looks super comfortable out there. No nerves whatsoever.
No.
You see the referees there doing a great job of taking the pressure of racking off of everyone. This is the type of conditions I think we need at this level. Makes it impartial. There's no arguments about who's racking.
Absolutely.
Nothing about, oh, he's pan racking or she's doing this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Not to mention the wear and tear on the player. Racking can get, can tire you out.
Yeah, exactly.
Shane Van Boning, EV10, Kopin Chun. So all 3 co-brothers are.
Yeah, Corteza is looking very good.
Active right now, although Kopin Han is in deep.
Here he is to break. Let's watch this one ball.
He hasn't moved. He hasn't moved his cue ball once.
Nope.
You know, so he must feel confident that this is the best break for him. But you can see where the lines track, right, over time.
Yes.
He put a little spin
Oh,
on
look
that
at
one.
that. You just got a bad kiss.
Yeah, you saw it. It was almost like he had right spin
Yes. Yeah, the cue ball was spinning off
And
the
then-
rack.
off the rack. Yeah, so can't be too upset with that one. He did get kicked in, but the cue ball was tracking low. You should always make sure the cue ball tracks high.
Yeah.
It goes back towards the kitchen.
Yeah, this is the opening David needs to get back in this match.
Yeah,
He's got to take advantage.
I was always told that the cue ball loves to follow. So whenever you've got ball in hand, try to avoid drawing into shape.
Right.
You know, some players might draw this over the table, but I like this personally. You know, just a nice follow shot, take it into the line of shape. Everything here is cue ball middle of the table.
Mhm.
In fact, almost every shot except the 6.
Yeah, played that perfect.
So 5 to the 6, I think, is going to be the key shot. We'll need to look at the angle properly. If that 6 doesn't go by, I don't think it goes by the 7. But the 5's actually sitting quite nicely for him to play either a Z shot or go 1 and 2 rails in behind the bottom left of the 6.
Yeah, because he's got to avoid that 9 ball.
Correct. Yeah, that's
to get there.
what does Al call it? The beach ball.
Yeah, yeah.
That 9's looking like a beach ball.
that's good. That sounds just like it.
I'm working on my Jeremy Jones impression. That's coming next. I just need to get the Texas part down.
I like it. Did you listen to the podcast with him and Joe Rogan?
I did.
That
Yeah,
was great.
It was fantastic.
It was very good.
I
If
mean,
you
the
guys
man's-
haven't listened to that, you got to listen to
Not
that.
only does he have a voice for radio, he's got a face for one too. So that's why we're sat here. And God forbid we call anyone a weak player.
Yeah,
Sorry, Dom.
yeah. No weak players in this booth.
No weak players. Has he got the angle? And is he too straight? Oh, I think he's all right.
Yeah,
you
I
know.
think he's okay.
You know what this is? This could be a nice high right shot. I think we're about to see a nice power follow. I think if he hits this with high right, he can come 2, maybe 3 rails around. Or is he straight? He might be straight enough. He can just draw it straight back. Perfect.
Looks like he's drawing it.
With a little bit of left spin just to manage it down.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, you see, he was able to cheat the pocket to the left side of the pocket there. That opened up the angle a little bit more.
Yeah.
So,
Beautiful shot.
nice little tip there for you if you're playing on slightly bigger pockets, like a 4.5, 4 3/8. You know, you can cheat the pocket in order to create a wider angle. He needs this.
Yeah.
If it's 7-2, I think it's game over. 6-3
absolutely.
is manageable,
6-3 on the break.
and the breaks. Yeah, you're right. So the referees are watching. It is all ball fouls as well. So that's why they're trying to just watch their shirt. If they do touch any part of another ball, it is ball in hand.
It's more difficult for guys like us.
What do you mean, mate? I looked in the mirror this morning. I look great.
You did look great.
Might be this extra large bed sheet they put me on. Played it nicely. David seems concerned with the other tables. He doesn't seem focused on the table, does he?
Well, I know.
Is there something else going on the side?
I don't believe so.
Interesting.
His running mate is on the other side of the room, so it couldn't have been him.
Yeah, and it's sad. You were telling me that FSR's still out right now.
Yeah. He has something with his back. I don't know exactly. It's not really for me to say anything, but he's missed a couple tournaments, and we're hoping to see him defend his title at the U.S. Open, but it's not looking likely.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Had such a great year last year, didn't he?
I mean,
I
he's
wanted to capitalize on that too.
another super nice guy too.
He's guaranteed for Mosconi though, right?
Yeah.
So probably focused on getting himself well for
Yep. He took the 1 spot, and Sky Woodward for the United States as well.
We didn't know at first this match if Anton Ryder was just going to run.
Alejandro's hoping for a golden break there in the chat.
that. Golden break, we trust. It's definitely doable. David's got a powerful enough break to do it.
Absolutely.
All you need is a little kiss on that 9 ball.
Mm-hmm. David's breaking from the other side of where Levan was breaking from.
You mentioned that Pagulayan does the finger tap too.
Oh yeah.
Actually, it's a big thing for snooker as well. You see a lot of snooker players, they'll tap their finger. Apparently, it's just like a pre-shot routine.
Yeah.
It's a way of like settling himself. Kind of takes a bit of the nerves away as well. The nervous energy just gets tapped out.
Chasers, 6-3 against David Al-Shady.
Yes, Hector. Yep. Kidney stone. Yep. I heard that too. I just didn't want to say it.
Oh, okay.
Kind of his business, but yeah, that's what we heard. But I guess if everybody knows, it's okay.
Must have been that left hook I gave him after the 9-0. No, check.
Hey, there's not a nicer guy to lose 9-0 to. That's for sure.
100%. David, this is probably the most difficult shot of the rack here. Again, he's going to have to come twice across the table. It needs a big bounce, and he's got it. Perfect hit. I mean, how well did he hit that, Sean? Wow.
Perfect.
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 So now it might be just a little bit straight, and the 6 ball is going to play large here. But again, what I was saying about cheating the pocket, he may be able to just squeeze this up. And he's going to take an extension on the back of the cue. Looks a bit straight on our screen.
It does.
But it looks like he can, like I say, just widen the angle slightly and draw up between the rail and the 6.
Yeah. That would be ideal.
Yeah, I don't want to get the protractor out.
The overview is a little misleading. We found out yesterday when we thought a ball couldn't be hit, and they did hit it. So
It's like a fisheye
see,
lens,
so he
isn't it?
was straighter in than we thought.
Kind of a fisheye
Yeah.
distortion, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still good. He's
Yeah.
pushed the 6 slightly closer to the rail, but again, still open, still very manageable.
He'd love to be right where he is now for the 5 ball.
Perfect, wouldn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, swing that one 2 rails and back around.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 similar shots coming up back to back, almost like mirror images of each other. You'll see him go 1 and 2 rails, like Sean said, back to where the cue ball is now would be perfect, would be ideal. Even if he finishes a little straighter, but he's not going to want to flirt, so this is why he's drawing it 1 rail instead. This just manages the fact that, that keeps him on a straighter plane. Not the way I like to play that one personally, but
Right.
again, the option was there. 2 rails would have, he was scared about overrunning it and putting it behind the 8-9, so that's probably why he's tried to maintain this angle. This one's more of a punch draw, and keep the angle nice and tight, as close to that side, that corner pocket as he can, just like that.
Look at that shot.
Beautiful, wasn't it? Really well
Yeah.
struck.
It's just perfect.
And look at that cue ball, just keeps rolling, man.
Yeah.
It's
That new cloth.
When's it going to stop?
That new cloth.
Yeah, now he's asking for the rack to be removed. Again, just looking ahead to the 8 ball.
I'm glad he asked instead of trying to move it himself. It always makes me nervous. I think I'm just gonna hit the ball. Like
Especially
even
if you're
even
backing
if it's not close. Yeah, even if it's not close, my hand is just gonna want to touch it. Like when you were a kid and your mom said, "Don't touch that," and you touched it anyway. Like
The 8 ball's lying nice. I mean, it goes to both pockets, so he'll prefer to play the 8 where the 6 just went. But don't be surprised if he's not been able to manage the angle, that it'll come back to the left side of the table.
yeah, you could see he pointed more towards the middle of the table. He wanted to have that angle so he could draw up on the other side of that 9. But
Could just
like you said, I
potentially
think it goes in both pockets, so he can come off that rail a little bit and
leave a bit
on
more
the other
distance,
side.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely manageable for someone of his caliber. Yeah, that slow draw
Oh
shot.
wow! Look
He
at
was able
that.
to really manage it. So,
Yeah. Everything very compact. Nothing too out of the ordinary.
yeah, that's what I'd say about his game. I wouldn't say he's the most creative player. He does the simple things well,
Right.
and that's what pool is. Pool's not a difficult game, in my opinion. I'll caveat that, right?
Okay.
I just think it's a very simple game made difficult by our decision making.
Absolutely.
Right?
It's a very mental game.
It's very mental, yeah. I've often said this. I've been quoted a couple of times on it too. But for me, Paul is 60% mental, 30% talent and skill and work ethic, you know, whichever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
And then 10% has to be luck. You know, there's always an element of luck in the game that everybody needs.
Yeah, because I don't think you can really get rid of luck, no matter what game you're playing in pool.
No, you can't. No, luck is a huge element.
It's everywhere,
It's everywhere.
including one pocket.
Oh.
Reggie.
I felt targeted there, Sean. I felt like you're having a dig.
Well, I mean,
Reggie.
you know,
Thought Reggie would be down here, actually. Big fan of Paul.
yeah.
Local guy.
All right, 6-4. David's on the comeback.
He's been breaking very well. So, again, just needs to get a look at the next ball. I mean, he's absolutely wired, that one ball.
Look at this. I think he's okay.
No.
Did it cover it up?
Yeah, it's covered. Yeah, he's disappointed. You see him just a little leg slap on the way through.
He's trying to hit the right hand side of the two, not the center of the two.
That's a little unfortunate.
I mean, you know, if the stakes aren't as high as this, I might consider a rail first, but I think,
Just shaking his head.
yeah, I mean, if the 6 ball was a little bit closer to the cue ball, you'd probably eye up a swerve, but
Mm-hmm.
or a masse, a slight masse. I just think that that's too far in terms of distance to masse it. It's going to go rail first. Interesting.
Mass A shot.
I don't know. Based on this overview, right? We were looking at it yesterday with a couple of the matches, and it was very deceiving on how much of the ball he could actually see. Would you try to kick behind this ball
I think I
and
would.
send the two around the table?
I
just
think I
to-
would, just because, you know, I don't think there's any benefit to a push. And I think the double kiss is huge. So if he tries to thin it and go around,
Yeah.
the double kiss is big, you know.
This is where that shot clock would come in pretty big.
It would. Yeah, because I mean, I actually think it helps players
Right.
because it focuses your decision making.
Right.
Well, very often your gut reaction or your gut instinct is your best instinct.
Yeah.
So I think that's why players that play with that kind of, you know, with that feeling first and foremost, under a shot clock pressure, sometimes play better. You're not allowed to second guess yourself, third guess, fourth guess.
Right. Right. You kind of got to stick with your decision.
Right. Often, that's what I say. Often, the first shot you see is the best shot, and these guys have got thousands and thousands of hours in. So
Could have had more angle, it'd have made it and got on the 3.
Yeah, he's kicking it.
yeah, he's going to do the stop shot though. You got to just worry about the cue ball.
So the
Like
first
that,
match
see?
to conclude today
So he tried to
is
just stop it and
Colombia
control it, but
through to last
best he could do from there, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's not a sellout. So, you know, he didn't leave him in an open pocket and left him frozen on that rail. So,
Yeah, if he's slightly off the rail, it makes the bank easier.
Mhm.
You know, with it being a high ball on the bank, unless he's really jacked up,
yeah.
you know, you'd have to really just straighten up this bank, which normally you do by hitting low.
Hmm.
He has got nice safety though. The safety is huge here. He can just slide this up the rail and bring the cue ball back to where it is now.
Hmm.
You know, he's got a good wall of 6, 9, 5 there to bring the cue ball back behind if he wishes. So again, safety option or aggressive option. It doesn't look like he's playing the bank because he's not jacked up.
Yeah, no, he's trying to play safe.
Yeah, he played a good save and he's got
Bit of
right
big
behind the 6 there.
I don't know.
Jump cue, baby. Gonna rack up some air miles.
And David only has to jump a piece of this ball, so
Yeah, it's not even that. You might see him play it with his brake cue even.
But I don't know.
I often find the brake cue, just with that little bit of extra weight on the jump, allows the cue ball to stay grounded a bit more.
right, doesn't
well,
go as high.
It won't go as high, exactly. And you don't need to go as high when you're only jumping a piece.
Right.
It may be that he's got the full ball.
That's like I said, the overview is a little tricky sometimes, but it
Because
does.
by playing the slow swerve, it'll enable him to control the cue ball better.
Yeah, look at this.
So he is.
I
He's
think
good
he's
to see.
got it. Yeah.
Low right. So low right, you'll see the ball just turn a little, and then he can actually maintain the angle for the next shot better than what he would have. Ooh, just quit on it. Do you see the
Yeah.
quit?
Couple options, yeah.
Kind of jumped.
The deceleration on the cue
Yeah.
there is like he almost expected to miss.
Yeah. That was a very touchy shot.
That was a big sellout. Look at where he's at now. This 2 goes by the 6.
Yep. That's a big mistake.
An extreme angle that he needs to.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the same. Jumping has become a big part of the game in the modern game.
It's huge.
It's huge now. So I think it's just another element that has to be learned. Whether people like it or not, it's there to be used. Wow, you almost missed that.
Yeah, 4-inch pockets that does not go in.
I love this delay. I love this slight delay as well.
Yeah.
Like I almost get like an instant replay every time.
Right, because you want to see both. You get to see both shots,
Very interesting.
even though it's only one.
Very interesting. I'd never seen this format before I came here.
So good that
Yeah, no, this is great technology they have.
Yeah, very good. Again, I don't think there's an issue here at all.
No,
Go 2 rails. Again, straight in on the 5 would be perfect. Just to manage the 6. Maybe after this rack, maybe we could have a check in on the scores.
yeah, I just saw Eric in the chat. Looks like Billy Thorpe is up 5-4. Jose Delgado has beaten Imran Majid 9-4. Carlo Beato has advanced, beating Koping Han 9-2. Mario He has advanced, beating Loho Sum 9-4.
Wow.
And Anthony Raga, who was up 5-1 on Koping is now tied at 5.
Wow. Kopin is a
He's a machine.
unbelievable talent. I out of everyone, I think for me, his mechanics might be some of the best I've ever seen.
Oh yeah.
I know he doesn't win a lot of everything. He's a world masters champion. The guy's a world champion. It's insane. But out of everyone, he's someone to emulate, without a doubt. Good to see Billy up as well. Billy Thorpe.
Yeah, Billy's up
Is he the last of
5-4.
the Americans now?
He
Oh,
is.
Shane's there as well.
Well, yeah. The last on the loser side.
On the lost side, yeah.
Yeah.
What a good time Jose Delgado's having too.
Yeah.
He's been playing great since he arrived on the
He
East
has.
Coast.
He has. And he's getting better and better.
Again, he's on the perfect side of that 7 to get up for the 8. No danger here whatsoever. And this is where some people can think that 9 ball is a little bit, routine.
Too
monotonous,
easy. Yeah, too simple. I've heard a few people say that they
But the ones that make it look easy are the ones that put the time in. That's how I see it.
you have to. You can only go so far on natural talent. You have to work at your craft if you want to be good at it.
100%. I'm really looking forward to the Hanoi Open as well.
Yeah, that's
that
going to be
Matchroom's
great.
putting on
Yeah.
in Vietnam there. That's going to be incredible because it'll give the maybe some unknown talent from Asia the opportunity to shine as well.
Absolutely.
As we're seeing, there's a hell of a lot of players now across that Southeast Asia.
Absolutely. Absolutely. They just had that event in the Philippines as well, and you had a lot of guys there that got noticed for how good they were.
Mm-hmm.
And it is. I mean, Matchroom is keeping these boys busy.
Yeah, first you have to create the events. It's what's the old Field of Dreams? What is it called? Field of Dreams.
Yeah, if you build it, they will come.
They
Yeah.
will come.
What a great movie that was.
Kevin Costner. Who knew?
Yes, Delgado won Alejandro 9-4 over Imran. So he is now in the top 16, and I believe the top 16, the races will be extended to 10. So that will give these guys an extra rack to get comfortable, I guess.
Very much so. Imran's another player. Doesn't get enough credit. Yeah, he's always in the late stages. Always.
Yeah, he plays very well.
Out of the brick guys.
The Vance staying in his spot.
Yeah, you can see the white lines there where everyone seems to be breaking from.
Right.
There's not a lot of follow through on this type of breaks. Oh, 9 ball.
9 ball. Golden
jeez.
break. Puts Levan on the hill.
Oh my God! Someone called for
Oh my goodness. 8-4.
How'd you like them apples?
That's
Mad apples.
yeah, mad apples. That's right. That's a good one. That's if I'm David, I'm absolutely gutted by that.
Yeah, that's a hard one to break, you know. And some people don't like that format, especially in the bottom two.
Yeah, how do you feel about that?
I think it should be called, but I understand it's the excitement value of it. When you're watching on TV and there's a golden break,
Right, entertaining.
it's entertaining, and
Yes.
that's again what we have to look for. But as a player in the chair, getting iced
Right.
by a 9 on the break, and it didn't even go in
Well, you talk about the luck factor,
the luck factor, right?
and you know,
It's a good bet for the US Open too. You know, you can bet on like 10 or more golden breaks.
there you go.
I always put that one on.
Yeah, you got to.
And the Mosconi.
Yeah, with the way the equipment plays.
Way it plays and this break that they're trying now.
Yeah.
The cue ball often comes and kicks into the 9 like it just did there as well. You got to be happy with that break.
I mean,
Again, no
I
problems.
think he's got the last 16 on the horizon.
This is the most difficult shot is the one he has now.
Mhm.
Just has to manage the 3 ball. You know, does he hit it thin or does he draw into it? I wonder if he draws into it or just skims off of it.
I think he's just going to skim off it. I mean, I think if he makes contact with the 3, he's going to have a pocket.
Okay.
So I don't really think if he hits it hard, it's good. Oh, he missed
Wow, he was able to get by it. What a shot.
it. Look at this.
I mean,
Wow.
what a shot.
I didn't think there was any way to avoid the 3.
I didn't either. Well, we all just learned something there.
Every day, right? No matter how good you are, you
This is
learn
why I
something
love the
every day.
content. The content that's available online now for you know, just the average pool player. You know, you watch how these guys get into shape. You watch the pattern play they do. You watch how they break. There's so much available to you, even without having a coach or without having a lead. You know, you want to get better. I think I've watched over 10,000 hours of pool.
Oh, absolutely.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes, Eric. Today is the final day. I believe the finals are set to be played at 8 p.m. tonight. That will be the final.
Yeah, we're on schedule here, and with it being single elimination, final 16 redraw, we're going to be able to bounce through the matches back to back. These guys aren't going to, they're not going to hang around.
In a way that there is no shot on the 2 mark.
Yeah, they have to travel and get to the Open
Open starts on Monday, right?
Monday morning. Yep.
Yeah. I know a few people have stopped by in New York tomorrow on the way down.
Always kind of not in the best place for this skid shot. So you have to be a sort of a bit of speed and a little bit of draw back to it, I think. Otherwise you just don't have enough speed in the ball.
I'm looking forward to seeing the redraw too.
Absolutely.
I love that format. I mean,
Absolutely. Yeah.
It doesn't do anything for the guys that haven't used 2 lives, but
Which means he's got to dance.
at least you get 2 lives to kind of get to that stage.
Right. That's got to be the hardest part is knowing you only lost once and say a guy that already lost just
Twice.
beat you.
Yeah, and then you already beat that guy, and
Right,
he comes back
right.
and destroys you in the next one
Exactly.
because they've had much more table time.
hmm Exactly. He's had a few matches and takes you out. I believe all the players are here though now, practicing hitting balls.
Very much so. And I think we could be seeing the end of David Alcade's tournament. I don't like to call it too early, but based on what we've seen from Levan, he's going to be out here. Interesting that he's going to go 1 rail and back here. He just pointed to the middle of the table. Yeah, interesting. I'd have thought all the money in the world he'd have stayed on the right side of this 7, but this is what he prefers.
Except if you'd succeeded in any one of those,
There you go. See, he's corrected you, mate. He must be watching a non-live feed. Pesselch.
Pesselch. Okay.
Pesselch.
Thank you, Michael. I appreciate that.
We'll have to remember that.
Pesselch. Okay.
Copenhagen, of course, world champion.
2 more shots to get into the last 16 for Levan.
And I like that. There's no concessions. You know, they let them play it out. You know, often you'll see a 9 ball that might concede the last 9 ball, but it's gentlemanly to let them play it out.
And there it is.
Perfect.
Levan Corteza advances to the last 16 over David Alcade, 9-4. For myself, Sean Pancake Santoro, and Dell Highlander Sim, we thank you guys for listening in, watching, and if you guys can, like, subscribe, they do a great job here with these camera angles and these views. So I'll let Dell give you a little send off.
Just remember, it is being provided for free, and all the feedback you give these guys, you know, they're very attentive. So if anything's ever off, if our mic's you know, too high, too hot, if the stream is flickering or something like that, just give us that feedback, and we can make sure we can adjust it so that you guys get the best possible experience. If you can't be here, so we're going to switch off. We'll try and regroup and see what the next match is on, and then we'll go from there. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you very much.
So he is playing.